Happy Friday Eve, Y&R fans. Yes, welcome back to the channel. And I gotta say, today is a day of revelations, regrets, and brewing storms. Genoa City, where breakfast at the GCAC turns into a whole therapy session and hospital visits stir up more than just memories. I mean, if you thought today was going to be a quiet one, think again. Yeah, we got to dive into this delicious drama. I'm going to give you a few highlights, but before we do, make sure you're subscribed to this channel for more. We see Daniel apologizing to Faith. Lily tells Devon about what happened with Billy and how it blew up in her face. And then Sharon is spiraling as Cameron wants her to get revenge. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and unpack this Genoa City drama for August 29th. Okay, so we got this whole conversation first starting off over at the GCAC. We got Victor and Nikki, and they're lamenting over what happened with Lucy and Faith. And I mean, it does bring up a few questions whether or not this is something that's going to trigger Nikki. And it is unsettling, not just the fact that Faith went through this before. And it's interesting that Victor brought up Adam giving a kidney, and she was like, well, outside of my real feelings for Adam, I am happy he gave up an organ. That's the only thing you're happy about. That's the benefit you got to get your granddaughter still on planet Earth. Anyway, they looking forward to seeing Faith soon over at the hospital, but then the conversation turns to none other than Chancellor, shall I say Abbott Chancellor, if you leave it up to Billy. And he actually said the stuff is moving a lot faster than he anticipated. He actually suggested Nikki kind of dig some details up or get some dirt on Billy. And she was like, well, I do respect Lily, but if it's to get the company, I'll do it. So how much respect does she really have for Lily? Anyway, she said that she would actually get the opportunity, if she could, to have conversation with Lily. And look what happens. Guess who sachets through the door? None other than Lily Winters. Victor was like, oh, here's your opportunity. And Lily comes over. He tell her to take a seat. He got to take a phone call. And yeah, the fact-finding by Nikki Newman begins with this conversation with Lily. Stay tuned. We'll talk about this conversation in a minute. So then we take a quick trip over to the hospital. Faith is look like she's doing a little bit better. She's still dealing with the bump on her head and her daddy's dad jokes. However, Daniel comes in trying to apologize, and the look on her face, meaning Sharon, is like, what the French toast are you doing here? And of course, Cameron is talking in her ear to get her all riled up and gassed up, and she went off, and everybody was looking at her like she was crazy. She kind of dazed out into space, and when she actually stepped away to have a conversation with Nicholas was like, are you okay? Then she started lashing out at the air because she see Cameron, and Cameron is standing right there in the middle of that conversation, and Nicholas like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I think maybe I need to go home and get something to eat. Maybe you should go home too. Girl, you need to maybe go to a different floor and ask them to put you back on your medication. So then over at society, yes, look like somebody has to say, I told you so. Even though Devon doesn't want to say that, Lily admitted that her little plan to take down Billy blew up in her face. I mean, girl, you don't own the company. They do. You're an employee. So of course they fired you. Now, I gotta say, Devon did ask her, why don't you come over with us? And she still don't want to work over there at Winters. Okay, leave her where she stand, Devon. Let her do what she want to do. And it seemed like he backed off. Then she said, well, maybe I pushed Billy too hard, and maybe that pushed... I'm like, yeah, okay. So the same man that cheated on you with Chelsea, who was actually getting his just due from Chelsea cheating on him. As Devon say, you have a soft spot for this man? Yeah, I think you're a little bit too close to this thing, Lily. I think you need to take the money and run. And remember that conversation I said that Nikki is trying to do a fact-finding mission when it comes to Lily? Well, Lily came in, like I said earlier, and Victor, of course, he steps away, being the puppet master that he is. Nikki goes into this whole thing about going down memory lane about Catherine Chancellor and wanted to remind Lily of, I guess, her legacy. And she said, you know what, how about you come over to the house for a cup of tea and I can actually sit down and have that conversation with you. Right. We all know that she's trying to manipulate this girl into getting some information on Billy and to finagle her way and her fingers on to Chancellor to help her husband. So remember I said that Billy is eating crow right now because, of course, what he did to Lily came back on him by Chelsea doing it to him. However, he is real snarky when Jack comes in, and Jack is like, are you having a good morning or are you not having a good morning? And Billy was like, okay, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It was personal reasons. And what are those personal reasons? Well, they walk right through that door. Chelsea and Connor comes in. So then this is when we see Billy put on his representative for Connor, making everything all hunky-dory. And Connor is like, I missed you. We got to hang out. We got to do some stuff together. And Chelsea is looking like, yikes. Yeah, we can't rock the boat on this one. And Billy played it cool. He like, oh yeah, we can hang out. Don't worry about it. That's when things got a little dicey. And especially after Jack and Connor left, Chelsea is like, I just want to know and thank you for being nice to my son, but can you ever forgive me? And this is the moment, Billy, when you reflect back on, yeah, all of the times that you took other people's wives and daughters and cheating and, things like that, and say, you know what, maybe I should give Chelsea a little bit of grace. It's not an ongoing affair. It was a one-night stand in the heat of the moment. And again, I don't condone cheating, but really, Billy? So now once Chelsea leaves all broken-hearted and whatnot, Jack comes over and say, okay, what was that about? They decided to take it to the park where we see a whole conversation where Billy is all broken-hearted because Chelsea not only cheated, the problem is who she cheated with. And it's kind of sounding like, if you watch The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam was not happy that Hope cheated on him with Thomas. Well, Billy is not happy that Chelsea cheated on him with Adam. It's like, Billy, you do realize that those two have a child already together. They've been married before. So it's not like this is the first time that those two actually been together. But, yeah, because it's him and the history that they have, just like Jack says, there's a whole problem there. But I got to give it to Jack. And Jack said, look, if you love this girl, you can't be focused on who it's with, especially if it's not still happening. Focus on the fact that you actually love this woman and this woman loves you. And in my opinion, Billy, I think after all of your history with the women that you've dealt with, yeah, I think maybe, just maybe, you should give Chelsea a little bit of grace. Okay, my soapies, there you have it. Let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. What do you think is next for these star-crossed souls? Will Sharon succumb to her demons? Will Lily find a way to outmaneuver Billy this time? And can Billy ever forgive Chelsea for her betrayal, especially after his own past? Make sure you stay tuned for the Bold and the Beautiful recap for today, as well as, will Steffi ever get out of that prison that Luna put her in? And then what about this evidence that Luna has brought to Detective Baker? She is really trying to seal the deal with keeping her mama behind bars. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video is posted. I am T from Soap Corner Talk. And until the next one, we'll see you all soon. Bye, Soapies.